Khawateen wa Hasrat, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Pakistan, our home country, हमारा जानू मुल्क, जानू शहर, हमारी जान कंट्री ब्रो वेलकम बैक टू पाकिस्तान। और आपको शायद ये कमरा याद हो, अभी तक तो बल्कि मुझे याद ना हो तो आपको उदास होना चाहिए, शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको, अभी तक ये कमरा नहीं याद ब्रो। ये हमारा रिकॉर्डिंग कमरा है, इधर हम सारी रिकॉर्डिंग करते हैं, इधर हम सारे गेम प्ले रिकॉर्ड करते हैं। तो आई केम बैक टू पाकिस्तान और आफ्टर लाइक 3 वीक्स मैंने वहाँ पे भी वीडियोस बनाई जैसा कि आप देख रहे होंगे। और आज हम दोबारा स्टैनली पैरेबल अल्ट्रा डीलक्स गेम खेलने जा रहे हैं। एंड आई वांटेड टू सी कि चलो कितना को हो सकता है। न्यू कंटेंट में छोड़ा था लास्ट, न्यू कंटेंट की तरफ बस बात नहीं करनी। स्टैनली पैरेबल स्टोरी फजूल नहीं सुननी। All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A schedule. Arey meeting room. Where are you, bro? No man? और कोई है? नहीं। अच्छा, न्यू कंटेंट। या तो हम इधर जा सकते हैं या फिर हम वहां से सीढ़ियों से नीचे जा सकते हैं। न्यू कंटेंट में जाते हैं, फिर देखते हैं क्या आता है।
Oh good, you noticed my sign. Yes,
Too
I
much
have something
urging.
very exciting to show you.
और चले, झूठ बोल रहा है, झूठियां गल्ला। ओ अंधेरे में जा रहे हैं, अंधेरे में लेके जा रहे हैं हमें। ये तो वही रास्ता है ब्रो, ये जो छलांगे मरवाई थी इसने पहले मेरे से।
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the
New
Stanley
content.
Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Yeah, it
so
should.
Forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Okay.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Stanley investors.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
They are back 2 doors. Oh, your doors, वही शुरू वाली कहानी, left or right.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe.
I mean, Ultra Deluxe sounds more cool.
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic
statement
right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
4
but
to
let's
7.
take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy mess
This way to the floor show.
Scientific or logical, really.
New features. चलो ऊपर चलें, देखें जरा कौन से न्यू फीचर्स हैं। Oh my God!
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, merch में जा नहीं सकता अंदर। Okay, where should we go? Oh, that's a very big Stanley. That's a very big 2 chairs. चलो, let's go from right to left. तो हम लोग पहले यहाँ जाते हैं, the reassurance bucket. Until and unless we don't die. Whoa.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
436.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Let's
as long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Yes,
the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, bucket. Oh.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more
फायदा bro, सोने की bucket है.
Stanley Parable 2.
चलो बस जाने दो मुझे अब. Oh, रास्ता खुल गया. So this is it. You just have to go and get the bucket. That's it. Wow, new content.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Please, no screenshots.
Really should. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go
Happy
with?
12th birthday, step-niece. I mean, get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece. I mean, this is just awkward, ma'am. This is just,
you know, sometimes
awkward.
When you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
क्यों मैंने ये choose किया था?
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Come on, मैंने तो क्यों choose ही नहीं किया है, तो ज़्यादती है bro. Whoa, Stanley, big Stanley. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Hi. Free, new, plus easy achievement. I can't believe it. It's that simple. देखें क्या? Free achievement. Get yours now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever and when you... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
Oh, come on.
Listen, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in
nice
the
place,
sequel to at last satisfy
so
the
this is the
hordes
sequel.
of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Disappointed! बाहर जाके देखें.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
वो पीछे वहाँ जाके देख सकता हूँ क्या है? यहाँ जाके देखते हैं. हम किस गली जा रहे हैं? What is time depth? This is bro space time. Opening rim, sounding area, in depth. I think this is gonna progress stories. मैंने पढ़ना है पहले. Infinity hole entrance. More hole depth space science, more infinity falling. Okay, I somewhat get a guess. What is this then?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever.
Infinity hole. Yeah.
Falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I think मेरा यहाँ पाँव नहीं फिसलना चाहिए. Oh, फिसल गया पाँव.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now,
very ingenious.
Since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
जाने दो. देखने दो कितना को infinity हो सकता है, bro.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
ये बातें कर रहा है ना?
Do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
ये बातें कर रहा है ना, इसका मतलब इंफिनिटी नहीं है हॉल. मुझसे शर्त लगा लो, इंफिनिटी नहीं है हॉल.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
It's very, very, very deep.
It is.
It's
an
extremely deep hole.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh!
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I didn't say anything.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole
mostly infinite?
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Okay.
I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
मुझे लगता है और भी कुछ था. अगर हम वहाँ रहते और भी कुछ था. ओए, ये रास्ता ऊपर भी जाता है एक. मंदा रास्ता. Okay. Okay. So that free achieve. ओए, ये पहले इधर नहीं देख रहा था ना? ये पहले इधर नहीं देख रहा था. So ये बड़ा Stanley. Okay, so what have we actually done? जंप सर्कल हो गया, फजूल है. पीछे वाली अचीवमेंट हो गई, वो भी फजूल है. मर्च देख ली, वो भी फजूल है. इसके ऊपर क्या है बाय द वे? कलेक्टिबल्स वहाँ पे हैं. सेटिंग वर्ड चैंपियन, मोस्ट इन्फिनिटी हॉल, फ्री अचीवमेंट. दैट्स न्यू. ओके, यहाँ पहले ऊपर चल के देखते हैं क्या. वर्ड. ओह कम ऑन. लॉक. कोई नहीं. हम जाते हैं न्यू कंटेंट की तरफ. फ्री. अच्छा, वो एक्चुअली घूम रहा है, इसका मतलब. ओके, कूल. Oh, this looks... Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
My God, this game is so broken. Hi. Excuse me? Oh. The baby is all grown up. किधर जाऊँ अब? So I have came through that. I mean यहाँ नहीं ना गए अभी तक हम. इसके बाद बस collectible रह जाएंगे. Collectible में जाके देखाएंगे. No, collectible में पहले चलते हैं. Infinity Hole भी देख लिया, Resistance Bucket भी देख ली. वहाँ जाके देखते हैं collectibles में वहाँ पे क्या. Just me and my bucket. Just me and my steel bucket. Can you find them? 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 Collect them all! Whoa.
Whoa. Collectibles. Whoa. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I mean, हाँ ऐसे unremarkable. की कमाया है जिंदगी चे. Bro, तुम यहाँ पे आके मुझे life को something's going to happen. Something's bad is going to happen. Okay, 1 of 6. That's it. I found them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
So that is it? यार एग्जिट नहीं, यहाँ पे कुछ था एक और, मैं वो देखना चाहता हूँ क्या। The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, hear your name in the game? That's good. That's cool.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing
You're not
the
going to
game.
actually say that, right?
Isn't that
Taha.
wonderful?
You're not going to say that.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Okay.
Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
Jimmers.
Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am a Jim boy.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
चलो, मैंने accept कर लिया. I am officially Jim now.
Yes, you see, what a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal value. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise soon we'll start to lose all sense of
my Jim button. How could you do that, narrator? How could you do that? I guess यहाँ पे बस सब कुछ यही देखने के लिए है. We just have to अपने रास्ते चलो बस. The Stanley Parable.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
So that is all of them, right? Collectible में हमने देख लिया क्या है. यहाँ पे आवाज़ फनी तरीके से आती है. वो अचीवमेंट वो है जो मिलती कोई नहीं है. ये अब फाइनल एग्जिट है. Jump circle, this map, free achievement, this button says the name, merge, worship, वो बंद है. Epilogue, collectibles, inflated hall. Exit, yeah. चलो, बड़ा हो गया. This is the new content of the Stanley Parable.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Whoa, that's a funny face. Whoa, that's a scary face. Please don't come into life. Whoa, meeting room.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yay! Excuse me. Oh yeah, I've got new jumps. 36 for लिखा हुआ.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. version 2.
Yay! ये तो टूटा फूटा
Who
bro.
am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Sure.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Yeah. He changed the intro. Nice. Begin the game. So that's the ending, right? Yeah, skip it. Oh, balloons. ये मैंने choose
All of his
किए थे
co-workers
नहीं मैंने choose नहीं किए थे
gone.
मैंने दूसरे
What
वाले
could
थे.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nice. So that actually. Oh, इधर भी है. Nice. Oh, ये रास्ता क्यों बंद किया मेरा?
Stanley picked up the bucket.
बैलून गिर गया. Okay, अच्छा पता मैं क्या ट्राई करना चाह रहा था. Okay, this is closed. ठीक है. Okay, that's good. मैं करना चाह रहा था.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Left. हाँ. Okay. Left ही जाना है.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
ये मैं करना चाहता हूँ. Get Chris out of the broom closet. So like Chris is here. Like, ooh. I did not knew. Ooh.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it.
No. I will not give you my bucket.
In a broom closet.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what the coming to a staircase.
Yes, sir.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
No.
the boss's office.
Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Oh, this is again.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I am going through
He looked down at the bucket in
circles.
his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket
Am I crazy,
returned his
bucket?
gaze, but said nothing at all.
Then you
Strange,
realize.
Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me.
Oh
in
my God!
difficult
This is
times
just
such
I'm
as
going to
these.
again and again, right?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of
Bucket
its
jab phir
familiar
dalo.
reassurance
Bucket jab
and
phir
comfort.
dalo.
And that's
Oh,
when Stanley
Gadi,
realized,
something changed.
this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no
Oi!
good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of
bucket is
bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding
Come on, I have to do
presence of
something
his
else, right?
bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Whoa!
Gracious, he exclaimed. Without my
I'm
bucket,
flying.
I've gone truly mad.
I'm
Where is
flying.
it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him.
Bucket!
Stanley, it's me.
It's your bucket. Yeah.
Maybe. He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
bucket,
None
bucket,
of them
bucket.
were his.
Sauce
None
आ
of
गई.
them were his special bucket.
Bucket!
Come to
Bucket!
me, Stanley.
Bucket!
Find me.
He had to find the bucket.
Bucket,
He had to return
bucket,
to his old
bucket,
friend. It was
bucket,
the only
bucket,
way to
bucket.
truly restore his sanity.
Oh my
and
God.
then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
किधर से?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Dan dan
It was
dan.
incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh, I blacked out.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Bucket.
Of course, he'd gone mad.
Bucket
ranting
though.
and
Bucket
raving
last
about
me.
a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a
Is it really
video
though?
game. It could
Is it
all
really
have
though?
been
Are we living in a
prevented
simulation?
If only he'd taken his bucket with him.
है ना?
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Oh,
How cruel the
हाँ,
world
वहाँ
could
पड़ी
be,
थी.
Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems
You have to do
she
something.
would soon have to
Right.
confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My
life
life
kicks
kicks
ass.
ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Oh, excuse me. I want to see that how she backflips all the way to work. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. अच्छा ये सब कुछ इधर ही अभी तक.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
यार कसम से मैं इतनी देर हो गई है अभी सुनते हुए अभी तक तो याद होना चाहिए ये. ओए रास्ता खुल गया. कॉन्स्पिरेसी. ओए ये इनपुट और ये बंद कर दो. कोवर्कर्स ने पहले खोल के रखा हुआ था. What more can we do? What more can we do?
When Stanley came to a set
I
of two
don't think
open
there's
doors,
anything-
he entered the door on his left.
I don't think there is more anything to do left on the left side. Right side में देखते हैं क्या
This
होता है.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow!
Yes,
Oh,
truly
wow.
a room worth admiring.
Bucket भी नहीं थी ना
But
उधर.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Should I? हमने आगे तक भी देख लिया था भी देख लिया. अब देख लेते हैं यार सुन लेते हैं इसकी क्या कह रहा है.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, this is
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
so this is just a detour. चलो यहाँ पे जाके देख लेते हैं कुछ और कर लेते हैं. कुछ ना कुछ तो और होना चाहिए. Executive bathroom.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered loses, then what's the boss come to choose? What is that? What is that? मैं यहाँ पे क्यों आया हूँ? मैंने जाना कहीं और था by the way. 2845 I remember.
Stepping into his
Have we gone through? Yeah, we have gone through skip. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do I have the strength? Let's see. Come on, I must be able to do something else, right?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
427
nothing.
you, my 427.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe. Oh, maybe not.
No.
He refused to believe it.
He could not accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
So this is going
Controls
to, I know what
labelled with
this is going to
happy
do.
or
Chalo,
sad
कर लेते हैं.
or content.
Happy
Walking,
or sad.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
All of
And as the
those
cold
notes.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the...
So that was an absolute waste of time. खैर, चलो हमें स्टैनली का वो मिल गया.
All of his
figurine.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
वहाँ जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ. तो ओह, इनपुट हो गई. ओए, दो गए. So what else can I do in this game? Right, चलते हैं.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
आगे
And
जाके देखते हैं
Stanley
क्या
knew
होता है.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
हमने यहाँ से तो जाके देख लिया ना. कुछ भी नहीं.
Look, Stanley,
I mean, I can
think
do this,
perhaps
right?
We've gotten off on the wrong foot
Maybe.
here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, come on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
So मैं still write it
Stanley
down.
clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Exactly.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
No,
room.
we're not going to meeting room. But I'll go meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift
Hey,
all the way
oh,
to the
figurine
top.
egg.
There's something up there I need you to do.
How do I get that?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
That's the
Stanley
vent,
chose
right?
not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever
Should I go
the
there?
bucket
चलो बाद में
asked.
करते हैं. Wanna get that?
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley
not
once
dark at all.
again obeyed blindly.
Oh. Oh, ये
Now
फिर
pick
मेरी
up
फिर मेरी बीवी वाला ये अच्छा मेरी बीवी वाली एंडिंग है जो मेरे पास है भी नहीं अभी.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time,
changed.
I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
We're just going to sit here and just take all the experience in. Right. कुछ कर सकता हूँ मैं? Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, okay, bucket. press you to take me to work with you.
The Stanley
Oh.
Parable reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally
Bucket.
talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
C, to take me back home with you. Oh,
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him
Bucket,
delusional
you-
like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something
मुझे
to him,
प्यार
but
हो
I
गया.
don't know how
मुझे
I can
bucket से
convince him.
वो
I
वाला
don't
प्यार हो
know
गया.
if he'll listen to me.
You, oh, to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway.
Where's bucket? Where's bucket?
Stanley,
Where's bucket? Where's bucket?
can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All
In
it
my
will
sense,
ever
it
truly
can.
do for
In
you
my
is
sense, it
effectively
can.
transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
नहीं, मेरा सच्चा प्यार है. तुम मेरा सच्चा प्यार मुझसे ऐसे नहीं ले सकते.
You
Oh,
see,
थक गया
he's
यार.
not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about
Narrator,
is this
तुम नकली हो.
awful bucket.
Bucket
This
very
stupid hunk of metal.
राही का रास्ता है. सेफ राही का रास्ता है.
It's sad. I
Where's my
suppose
bucket?
he
Where's my
doesn't
bucket?
need me anymore.
Where's my bucket? Where's my bucket?
From
Where's my
now
bucket?
on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
हाँ, देखा तुम्हें भी प्यार हो रहा है. तुम्हें भी bucket से
Yes,
प्यार
I
हो रहा है,
suppose on
narrator.
closer inspection that it doesn't
TV चल
quite
गया.
look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
A bucket.
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
This cannot do what a bucket can do. This is greater. Oh, that looks like a horror scene.
Saying, better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
Narrator,
Why do I
तुम
feel
नकली हो.
some need
Bucket
to
असल
point
है.
out the ways
इससे
in which
बेहतर
it's
नहीं है. इससे बेहतर है
so
bucket.
much
I mean,
more than just a regular bucket.
press F to go home, to work to home, to work to home. Okay, I'm losing my sense now.
I'm having feelings
Oh,
for the bucket.
दरवाजा खुल गया.
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Help me,
Stanley,
guide me.
Give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give
Close
it
your
now.
eyes. What just happened? Go back to work, Stanley. Give me my bucket and I'll go back to work. Okay, बस एक और ending है. मैं ओए फोन आ रहा है. फोन आ रहा है.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay. So what is this place? Have I been to this place? I don't think so. I have been to this place. Okay, what else can we do? बस वो मैंने वो लेना है.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
कितना प्यारा employee lounge.
Standing
क्या
now
बात
in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Bye, left door. मैं बताता हूँ क्या करना
Stanley
है.
was so bad at following directions,
बताता हूँ
it's
क्या करना है.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
बताता हूँ. वो फिगरीन लेना है. यहाँ से लांग मार के
Stanley, I
देख ली
think
थी.
perhaps
यहाँ
we've
से
gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Yeah,
all
whatever.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to
अच्छा अब
convince you
यहाँ
of
से
this,
दूसरी
but
एंट्री
I
निकलती है
really
जब
do want to help you, to
आप
show
वहाँ
you
से करते हैं ना
something beautiful.
जब स्कर के निकालता है.
Let me prove it.
Okay, this
Let
is
me
just use it.
prove that I'm on your
Red side,
side.
red.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I know, मैं अगर करूँगा भी तो teleport हो जाऊँगा, फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
So
Do you see that I really
there is going to be an
have
ending.
wanted you
उसके
to
बाद
be
वो
happy
करके
all this
बुलाएगा.
time? The problem is all
Vents
these
में से, है ना?
choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't
Oh my
here.
God, this is
running
just-
and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
Yeah, very beautiful room. Yeah, very beautiful
Oh,
room.
it's beautiful, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
wait. Where are you going? Oh, no.
Oh.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay, we have to do this again then.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
No, you're
Please,
going.
Stanley, think. No!
Okay.
Is it over?
अब
going to
I think
restart, isn't it?
मैं वहाँ पे
I'm
पहुँच जाऊँगा
going
जहाँ मैंने
back.
पहुँचना है. Maybe क्योंकि वहाँ पे. Oh, come on. I guess that would be it for this episode, or I'm leaving it there, and I don't think I am going to play this game anymore क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कुछ नहीं और इस गेम में खेलने के लिए. That is it for Stanley Parable. शायद अगर मैं करूँ भी तो मैं बाकी अपने वेले टाइम में करूँ सारी buckets क्योंकि I think मैंने काफ़ी हद तक गेम कर लिया and this was just like a show off that how this game is and what is this game capable of. तो नेक्स्ट गेम मैं सोच रहा हूँ साइबरपंक शुरू करूँ. आई वांट टू सी दैट इज दैट गेम रियली दैट मच ग्लिची जितना लोग बात करते हैं. एंड आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड इंशाल्लाह. दैट कैन बी साइबरपंक एंड पबजी भी खेलनी है मैंने. सच पबजी भी मेरे जहन में. पबजी भी खेलनी है और आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड. तब तक के लिए शब खैर, अल्लाह हाफिज़, गुड नाइट, गुड डे, गुड नाइट, गुड मॉर्निंग, टेक केयर, स्वीट ड्रीम्स एंड अल्लाह हाफिज़.